Hey, welcome to the Front Row Friday show. What is today? Today is April the 10th, and boy, do I have some good stuff for you. You should be seeing my screen. I hope that you are. I think that you are. All righty, let me check the comments. Okay, welcome. Let's just get right to it, shall we? The first thing that we're going to start with, as we always do, is our social media updates. So I want to talk for a second about Facebook ads. So they're pretty inexpensive these days. Who is saying help? I can't see your name, so put it in the chat. And what do you need help with? Hello. Facebook ads are pretty inexpensive these days. Okay. And obviously, like everything else that's going on as it relates to marketing and sales and so forth, we need to be especially sensitive to what we are advertising. But if you're currently selling something, or if you're currently providing a much needed product or service, then you can help that many more people if you put some ad dollars behind whatever it is you are doing, right? And of course, digital attention right now is at an all-time high, and many of your competitors are pausing their ad campaigns, either because they're just afraid of being criticized, or they're just afraid of spending any money right now. But there's something inside of Facebook Ads Manager called brand awareness campaigns, and they are relatively inexpensive, and all ads are pretty inexpensive right now. Okay. So this allows you to serve people now, win business later, but get your brand out there. Continue to build your audience. Continue to serve your audience. Consider the situation that your particular audience is facing right now, what they need help with, where your business can step in and help. And you can provide thoughtful, respectful campaigns and offers that will go a long way towards helping your business and their business make it through the crisis. So there's just a little PSA about Facebook ads there for you. Guess what? I'm so annoyed because when I announced this on my flash briefing, the fact that you can now do Instagram DMs, you can handle your Instagram DMs from desktop. The article that I got this information from said pretty much everybody has it. I don't have it. If you have it, it's going to be, if you can see where the red arrow is on this slide, there'll be like the house icon, and then there'll be this little like paper airplane icon. That means that you can manage you can activate your DMs right there from desktop. Now, I use Instagram okay. Like I'm an okay average Instagram user. I don't have a huge following over there. And I really feel my excuse for not really taking Instagram all the way is I really hate typing on my phone. I just can't stand it. Anything that I can do. That's why I'd rather do video. I just don't like doing it. I'm not good at it. Back in the BlackBerry days, I was the queen of that. Like I could do that, but I just can't. All the typos, and I hate it. So now what we can do is we can, and this is especially if you manage social media accounts or multiple social media accounts, this is a dream for you. Also, don't forget, and we're going to go and look at this now, that from the Instagram Creator Studio, you can also now publish, or you've been able to publish to Instagram TV for a while, but you could publish to your feed as well, which is also a dream. Now I have no excuse for doing a good job on Instagram, and neither do you. So if that was your initial excuse. So let me share my screen again and show you the Creator Studio. Okay, let me make sure you're seeing this. You are. Okay. So let me close this out so I can take you to the beginning. All right. So if you look at the top of your screen, there's a teeny weeny, are you seeing this? Sorry, I'm so paranoid that you're not seeing my screen. You are. Okay. There's a teeny weeny little Facebook icon right there. And then right beside it is a teeny weeny little Instagram icon. So we're going to click on that Instagram icon. And right up there on the top left, we can create our post. Now we have the choice of an Instagram feed or IGTV. So we're going to choose Instagram feed and look low and behold and glory, hallelujah. I can type, I can put in emoji, I can do all the things, and it's wonderful. And then, whoops, add in my location, upload the content, and if I want to, post it to my Facebook page as well, right here. So yeah, that's a dream come true. I'm just upset that I don't have the DM capability, but soon enough, soon enough. All right, so let me stop this share. And hello, Isabel and Christopher and Facebook user. I don't know who that is. I can't see your name, but good to see you. Good to see you all here. Okay, so that's Instagram Creator Studio. It's a wonderful thing. And up next, I want to talk about this cool new thing in LinkedIn, but I want to make sure I'm not skipping anything. Okay. Okay. So LinkedIn has added this cool new thing where you can create an event from your company page. Now, this used to be only available to paid accounts or businesses, not paid accounts, businesses of a certain size. So you had to be kind of a big business before you got this feature. So I went over just before we went live with the show. I went over there and tested it, and I'm going to show you how this works. And if you're doing any sort of, I mean, I think originally the events were typically being used on LinkedIn for live meetups and conventions and conferences and whatever, real person meetings. Absolutely no reason why you can't create a LinkedIn event for a virtual event the same way that we're using Facebook events, right? Like, I think that's a good thing to do. So what I did was I created an event for this live stream that we're in right now. If anybody happens to be here because you saw that on LinkedIn, let me know. I doubt that, but we'll see. Okay, let me go over to LinkedIn and show you where this is. Okay. So you're going to go to your business page, which I got to be honest, like my business page situation is just really a nightmare because back in the day, it was thought that it would be a really good idea to create these showcase pages for different topics that you specialize in. So I have like 10 of these and I can't delete them and LinkedIn doesn't respond to me. So I just sort of have given up. And then I've got 2 company pages and I don't know what that's all about, but I think this is the one that I just tested on. No, maybe it was this one. Nope, it was this one. Sorry. All right, so you're going to go to your company page. Ed, this is the one that I just tested. So let me blow that out. Okay, so what you're going to do is right up there at the top, right there, there's a little blue button that says new. You're going to click on admin tools next to that blue button, and you're going to go down to create an event right there. And then you're going to put in your logo and your banner, and you're just going to fill out all the relevant events. And you're going to see right there, you can make it public or private. Okay. And I'm going to show you one that I created. So down here in the lower right-hand corner is the event that I just created a few minutes ago. So there's the banner. I've got all the who, what, when, where, how, and notice that I can invite connections to this event. So I'm going to click invite. Now, the bummer is that there doesn't seem to be a way to like invite all connections. But maybe I want to invite, like, I definitely want to focus on the people who are in the Cleveland area. So I click apply, and then I can go, at least I narrow it down that way, right? And I can go through and see. Or maybe I want people from certain companies, right? Like the Cleveland Clinic or a real estate company or whatever. So definite advantages to that. Let me clear this. And then you just click the blue button in the right-hand corner that says invite. Let's see. You can also start a conversation inside the event, which is just like a Facebook event. So really powerful stuff if you use this. And you can put a video in there to engage people, a document, a photo. What else and anybody who is invited to the event, if you have it as public, they of course can share it with their network. Okay. And you can create and you can share this over on Twitter, Facebook, like wherever. So it's a good thing. Okay. Don't forget about LinkedIn. Now we are going to stop that screen share, go back to our deck. I'm getting better at this. Have you noticed? I am definitely with the transitions. Okay. So this is just walking you through the steps that I just showed you. Create an event. And once you've created the event, both you and the attendees can issue invites if the event is public. And now we're moving on to Pinterest. Basically, they're just making it way easier for you to shop over there. So I'm not going to go into deep. I'm not going in deep. Just know that if you want to spend some money and you want to practice a little retail therapy, Pinterest is going to make it very easy for you. And this week we published a podcast that I am particularly in love with because I am in love with this person. Her name is Ash Ambirge. She wrote my favorite book of the last 5 years. It's called The Middle Finger Project. I cannot recommend it highly enough. She's hilarious. But she's so smart. And I think like the second half of this book, in fact, I made this book required reading for the members of my accelerator program because I think it's that important. It's the part where she talks about imposter syndrome sort of throughout the book, but towards the end, she talks about making offers, selling yourself, selling your service, selling your business, and marketing in general. She talks about things like, you've got to make an event around it. We tend to be so meek about the things that we're marketing or that we're delivering out to the world when, even Brad Pitt, and yes, we talk a lot about Brad Pitt in this episode, but even Brad Pitt, when he's got a new movie coming out, he's got his publicist and his movie company, they create all sorts of events around it. Even though Brad Pitt has a gazillion fans, they still have to market it. Okay. So Brad Pitt has to market, you have to market, and it's up to you to tell the world about it. And you got to be kind of loud about it and proud about it, not meek and not, embarrassed about it. So anyway, just so many good lessons in here. I'm not going to spend all day talking about it. Just check out that book. Now we're going into our Taco Tuesday tools that were shared. TACO stands for technology and apps creating it's actually tools and apps, Nika. This needs to get changed. It's tools and apps creating opportunities. And members of my free community, The Front Row, share their favorite tools, apps, and plugins. And that's what we're going to look at now. So this one is called, it's called Zoom URL, but it's spelled ZRMURL.com. And what's cool about Zoom URL is that it allows you to paste a Zoom invitation into this little box, right? Whoops, that little box there in the blue section. And then it gives you a beautiful invitation that also includes an RSVP box. So if someone RSVPs to your beautiful invitation, then you can give them the information to log into your meeting. And so I'm going to do a real quick demo of that. ZRMURL.com. I did a demo of this the other day and didn't do it well. But now I know how to do it because I messed up, and that's how I learned. Okay, and I am just going to share my whole screen for this. All right. Stop screen, share screen, entire screen, share. Okay, so what we're going to do is see Zoom down here at the bottom. So we're going to go down to Zoom and we're going to click, we'll just do new meeting. This is going to be so meta. And then we're going to click invite, whoops, down there at the bottom. And I'm going to click copy invitation right there. I'm going to get out of here. And then we are going to go to Zoom URL and we're going to paste that invitation in there. And then we're going to click submit. Oh, I forgot to do hold on a minute. I'm going to paste it again and I'm going to pull out the Zoom link right there. I'm going to copy that. Okay. And now I'm going to click submit. You could change this cover photo with an image of your own. Hey, and if Nika, if you can't hear me or see me or whatever, just unmute yourself if you would, because I can't see the chat right now. So you could use one of their pretty images or you can upload one of your own. And we're just going to call this test. You enter in all the details right there. You're going to put in the Zoom URL. And just so you can see what the text looks like, I'm going to go over to Hipster Ipsen. And this is just a place where you can just grab some dummy text for when you're doing like a design, a project like this. So I'm going to choose 2 paragraphs, click the Beer Me button, and it gave me 2 nonsense paragraphs. And now I'm going to go back over to this. I'm going to type in that nonsense and then love this. You can give a custom URL, Front Row Friday Show. Okay. So you can give a custom URL like the way that you can do with Bitly, which is really nice. And I'm going to enter my email. Now I can require an RSVP right here. And then I'm going to click update event. And now you can see that our custom URL is there and I'm going to click go to public page. So let's go see what it looks like. Ta-da. And so now you've got this really gorgeous Zoom invitation to share with your audience. And how are you going to do that? You're just going to go up and grab that link up in the browser bar, click copy and share that wherever your little heart desires. So I think that one's pretty cool. I got to find you guys again. There you are. And I'm frozen. I'm frozen. Let me share the screen again, but I'm frozen. Let me close some of these windows down. Okay. And I think what I'm going to do is for these next tools, first of all, let me see if I'm frozen again. Am I frozen? Let me, hold on a minute. Okay. Do you guys see me? I'm frozen. Can you hear me? Nika, can you see me, hear me?
I can hear you, Jen, but you are frozen.
All right. Well, I'm just got to be frozen and I will just keep, let me get out of Zoom. Like that probably didn't help.
Or maybe stop your camera if that works.
Yeah, let me try that.
Hi, everybody. Yeah. I agree with a good post. Um, okay, Jen, you're not frozen anymore in the waiting room.
Yay. Okay.
Okay, there you are.
Thanks, Nika. Woo, what would I do without
Okay.
you? Okay, great idea. Okay, as we were. All right, and so now I am going to share my screen again. We got a couple other cool tools to show you. All right, this one was submitted by Brandon Utley. Brandon always, every single Taco Tuesday, Brandon shares something cool with us. And this one is Yak, which is an asynchronous collaboration platform for remote teams. On Yak, short form voice messages from your teammates let you stay in sync without being derailed by a meeting. No links, scheduling, or time zone management needed. So I didn't download this. It looks very similar to what we use on my team, which is called Voxer. Many of you, I think, are familiar with that. We love Voxer, but I will check this out. If you're interested in checking it out, there is the link to that. Then we had this cool tool was submitted by Debbie Choi called Zinnia Journal and Planner. It says that it's the most creative way to document the things that matter most to you. Keep a diary, create a collage, schedule those important self-care moments, and record meaningful day-to-day interactions with style and ease. Think creative journaling with a punch. Choose from dozens of professionally designed templates and get started with your visual diary now. So I went over to look at this, and basically it gives you like washi tape and stickers and all the creative things that you would get in a real, like, like at Michael's craft store, that you could do with your bullet journal, but it's for the iPad. So it's called Zinnia. Okay. Was this a gold mine? This is awesome. So Nika, we definitely need to add this to our list of stuff that we're using. This is by Mary Nunnally, and it's called PDF Candy. And basically it's got all these things that you can use with your PDF. So if you're a person that creates a lot of PDFs, check it out. You can compress it. You can merge it. You could turn it into a Word document. You could convert it to all sorts of different forms, right? You can add page numbers. You can extract text. You can resize pages. You can add a watermark, so many things. So this is fantastic. Again, it's you see the link up there, pdfcandy.com. And now we're going to run right into our book shares on Thursdays in the front row. Members share their favorite professional or personal development books. And then I share them here. I also love it when you guys share these via voicemail over at jenlehner.com/flash. Nika, if you'll throw that up there as a banner, there's a big pink button. You just press the button and you just talk and you just say, hey, this is Sally. And one of my favorite business books is this by this author, and this is why. And you can even list your .com. Hey, this is Sally of SallyJessieRaphael.com, and my favorite book is this, and this is why. And then I play it on my daily Alexa flash briefing that airs Monday through, every day on through your Amazon Alexa. Okay, so here we go. Nyota Gordon suggested Juliet's School of Possibilities by Laura Vanderkam, a charming, life-changing fable that will help you rethink your whole approach to time, priorities, and possibilities. This sounds like my kind of book. I love any kind of book that is going to help me optimize myself. As is this one, very interesting, Christina Mosteller. It's called Winning Ugly by Brad Gilbert, which I think is great based on what she says for anybody, even if you're not a tennis buff. So it says the tennis classic from Olympic gold medalist and ESPN analyst Brad Gilbert, now featuring a new blah, blah, blah. I liked what Christina said better than what it says here on the summary. But basically what she said was something to the effect of this book is about you can learn a lot from the matches you don't win, essentially. And then stop checking your likes. Oh my gosh, I finished reading this yesterday. I was in a rush to read it because I was interviewing Susie for my podcast. And here's one thing I have to say. I always try to read the books of people who I interview on my podcast, at least some of it. But I got this one kind of late, and like Susie was sort of last minute addition, and I wanted to get her on the podcast around the time of the launch of her book because I really like Susie a lot. And so I wasn't able to get my hands on a hard copy yet because they were stuck in a warehouse in San Francisco because of the virus and all this stuff. So she sent me the PDF version, and I am not going to print out, 200 and some odd pages on my printer. So I had no expectations that I was going to read it on my computer because I don't like to read books that way. I clicked open the PDF document just to take a quick look. And an hour later, and I have a standing desk, I'm standing at my computer. I'm on page 50 or whatever. I could not put it down. It really is that good because the name of it sounds like it's going to be about social media. It's not. First of all, Susie has this jaw-dropping personal story. Like, she grew up extremely poor. Her dad was an alcoholic. Her mom suffered with some mental illness, and she lived in shelters most of her life. She went from shelter to shelter. But her attitude, not even just looking back on it, but it was sort of like her attitude, even as she was going through it, just remarkable and so interesting and so inspiring. And then meanwhile, she really just gives great life's lessons and stuff she gives you a perspective that you may not have considered before. And what I think this book is like, it's good for everybody to read, but it's definitely like the perfect graduation gift for any young woman. Like, go ahead and buy this for your graduation gifts for this coming June because it's fantastic. And that podcast that launches, I think, Tuesday. So you'll be able to listen to that podcast episode with Susie. So I'm going to stop my screen share and come over here and chat with you all for a minute. And so Mary, you've read that book too, Winning Ugly. And whatever happened to Sally Jessy Raphael? I don't know. I mean, she's probably up there in years. And let's see here. Dee, you got your question answered. And it looks like that's it. So a lot of good stuff, a lot of good updates in social media. Just to round out, check out first go to Instagram and tell me if you go to your Instagram desktop and look and see if you have the ability to direct message. I don't. So I'm annoyed about that from desktop. I guess it's coming. Don't forget about Facebook Creator Studio and Instagram Creator Studio. It's awesome. Number 3, don't forget about your Facebook ads, even if all you're going to do is a brand awareness campaign right now, because they're very inexpensive. It's a wonderful thing for you to do. What else? We looked at some cool tools, and Pinterest is making it easier for you to shop, and LinkedIn has added the ability for you to create events on your business page, which used to be only available for big companies. And do you need to have a business page? You do, as it turns out. Judy Fox, who came and did a presentation for my private community, Front Row VIP, which, by the way, is going to be opening again soon. It's been closed for a long time. Haven't let any new members in, but we are opening that soon to coincide with our spring accountability challenge, so everybody can participate in that. Judy came and talked to us. She's amazing. Follow her on LinkedIn, Judi Fox. And she said, actually, like, Facebook business pages right now are the way to go. Like, we definitely should all be using our company pages. So that's it. Any questions or comments before we close out? I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and that you stay safe and that you stay well. And if you're not well, I hope you recover quickly. And join us in the Front Row Classroom. It's frontrowclassroom.com. We got a lot of nice conversation going in there, a lot of nice friendships happening and being born. And that's it. So have a wonderful weekend, you guys. And I'll see you in the front row. You can sit anywhere you want in there. Just make sure it's in the front.